Army hearties, like the Black Pearl, there is another Pirates of the Caribbean movie on the horizon, and it's about to change the franchise forever. Since Pirates of the Caribbean Curse of the Black Pearl was released 17 years ago, all the way back in 2003, 17 years, man, I feel old. It has been an immensely successful franchise and created one of Johnny Depp's most popular characters of all time, Jack Sparrow. But with the quality of the movies arguably declining, Disney are about to bring this ship about and charter a course for oceans new. This means that they're about to wipe the slate clean, getting rid of the old and bringing in the new with an entirely new reboot. That means no more Jack Sparrow, Elizabeth Swann, Will Turner, or Captain Barbossa, but instead a new cast, a new story, and an entirely new theme. But what exactly do we know about this reboot? Well, let's take a look at interceptor speed, shall we? As of right now, we know that Disney is currently working on 2 separate Pirates of the Caribbean movies. One of these movies is said to touch on the existing timeline and world built in the original series and might be further continuation of the 5 movies we've already seen. But this other movie will be a complete reboot, veering away from the original characters such as Jack, Elizabeth, and Will, and instead forging their own path with an entirely new cast and a female lead. It's hard to imagine a Pirates movie without Captain Jack Sparrow, but like Fantastic Beasts, the franchise is saying goodbye to Johnny Depp and instead a big hello to one of the best actresses in the world right now, Harley Quinn star Margot Robbie. Robbie is currently attached to the movie to serve as its lead, and will even team up again with her Birds of Prey writer, Christina Hodson. As of right now, though, Robbie and Hodson, who also wrote the Bumblebee movie, are the only stars attached to the reboot, but with their track record, it's safe to say the franchise is in safe hands. Also, while the series may not arguably have the same pulling power as it did 10 or so years ago, the Pirates series is still a huge franchise in its own right, and will likely bring in some huge star power to round out the ensemble. It's unclear whether the reboot will adopt the same archetypes as the original series, just like The Force Awakens did with A New Hope, but if so, rumors suggest that Robbie's character will be closer to Captain Jack than any other character in the series. Currently, there are no rumors as to other castings, but fans, ourselves included, want stars such as Anya Taylor-Joy, John Boyega, and Taika Waititi because we can all do with more Taika to be involved in the project in some capacity. Now, although news is thin on the ground as to the casting and characters, we can get a slight idea of what we might see down to news from Margot Robbie herself. Now, we don't know a whole lot as of right now, but I mean, we can probably safely presume it'll be about pirates, it'll probably be located somewhere in the Caribbean, and it will probably be fueled by the folklore and tales that inspired the original series. Robbie did hint at what the tone and themes will be, stating that there will be a lot of girl power and that she's excited at the prospect of kind of adding a very key female element to that world. This means that we can probably safely draw parallels with the Birds of Prey movie, seeing as it will reunite Hodson and Robbie again and could act as the framework, or should we say guidelines, for the Pirates reboot. Other than that though, we know little else and it is just conjecture at this point. Hopefully though, Disney will take the series back to its roots and what made it so popular in the first place. While that will certainly be harder without Captain Jack, this series can hopefully expand the franchise and do what The Mandalorian did for Star Wars if they play their cards right. It is by no means going to be an easy task, but with many people seeing Bumblebee as one of the best Transformers movies with Hodson attached, they have a writer who can blow fresh air into a stagnating series. Another thing that's currently unclear is when exactly this movie will be released. This will no doubt be affected by what happens in the next few months or so with the continuous party pooper COVID-19. COVID has hampered a vast majority of projects and has meant that there have been tons of delays in filming and release dates. This could work in the reboot's favor if the production is given the time to perfect the script, bring in the right cast and crew, and prepare this movie to be the best it can be. As it stands though, we can probably expect to see this movie in 2022, potentially late 2021 at the earliest, if they can get the ball rolling as soon as possible. But as we said, this could be down to COVID and when theaters will be fully open. That is, of course, if Disney does decide to release the movie in theaters and not on their streaming service Disney+. They have already released Mulan on there for an additional fee, so it is not out of the question that they could do the same thing again, not only with Pirates, but with other movies as well. With Godzilla vs. Kong seemingly destined to land on a streaming service, could Pirates have the same fate? Disney Plus's popularity is certainly increasing, but that being said, there still isn't that much content on there, especially when it comes to originals, and let's face it, there's only so many times you can watch The Mandalorian and Hamilton. I've already watched it 7 times. Disney then may be tempted to release Pirates on Disney Plus, but right now that is just conjecture, and we will just have to patiently wait and see and fancast in our heads. Hashtag we want Pirate Taika. So what do you make of the reboot? Are you sad that they're getting rid of the old, or do you think the series needs a refresher? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel today for all this and more.